So, what do you think is the definition of responsibility? What would you define responsibility as? So, hi everyone, this is Natasha Fernandes, and today we are on video number 4, learning our journey from reaction to response. So, let me repeat the question to you. What do you think is responsibility, or when do you term yourself that you are being responsible? Are you responsible for everything that's happening right now in the world? Are you the person that can control and change things? Do you think so? And if you think so, the answer is no. You are not responsible for everything that's going on with everyone on this planet, nor are you responsible for everything that's happening in the world. So, what are you responsible for? So, then what is this responsibility? Does this even make sense? Right? It does. Because a very simple and easy way to look at responsibility rather than thinking, presuming, assuming, being in an illusion that you are the only person responsible and everything has to be on your back and on your shoulders all the time, okay? We will just look at responsibility in the simplest of its form. The word itself has it. Responsibility means responding to the best of your ability to the situation that is right in front of you or a situation that you are in. And it could be anything. But what would a person choose? 90 to 95% of the times, a person chooses reaction. And statistics say that 1 in 3 women and 1 in 4 men are in an abusive relationship. You can do the math, calculate the ratio. And how does even this abuse start? Are we talking about abuse? We are not talking about abuse, but indirectly, everything that we are talking about, codependency, does imply abuse, because at some level, you are either abusing the person in the name of care, or you are abusing your own self by being in that situation for too long. And disclaimer, okay, I'm not saying you leave. All I'm saying is that when would you stop reacting? Have you ever thought, why do you react? What are the reasons? What are the possible reasons that you may react? Everything right now? Because you feel the need to control. You feel the need that if it is not for you, and which we also spoke in the previous video about detachment, you feel that if it is not for you, the situation is not going to change, nothing is going to change, everything revolves around you. It's nice to think that way, okay? It's really nice, but at the same time, reaction only comes from trying to control the situation. But what is happening in turn? If you observe, you have given the right to someone else, to the environment, to control you, to decide when you can be happy, to decide when you can have peace of mind, to decide when you can even just sit and sip a cup of tea, to decide when you can do things for yourself, to decide when you can even have a good night's sleep. Because the person and the situation is constantly on your mind. Did I ever say stop caring? No. But you need to practice detachment immediately if you are in a situation where just even the snap of a finger can trigger you. Or anything that anyone says, you start taking it so personally. This is an alarming situation. You need to know that you are reacting. And what happens when you react? You're forfeiting the person that you are. You are forfeiting the right to be peaceful. And if you really think that The other situation or the other person needs your care and attention. And if you are the one reacting, how do you think that anything is going to even change? You may be finding yourself upset, angry, resentful, blaming and contemplating, what am I doing here, all throughout the day. And even these are subtle reactions. A reaction doesn't mean that you have to break into a fight or an argument always. A reaction is also what's happening in your mind. What's that constant chatter in your mind of, I think I should do this. If this happens, I should do this. If this happens, I should do this. If this happens, then I should do this. And just thinking of so many permutation and combinations and keeping it ready, preparing yourself for the worst. Stop. It has not happened yet. Nothing worse has happened yet. And what if it doesn't happen? What if everything turns in your favor? Do you want to create a situation like that? For that, you need to take a step back, detach, and relax. Now, you must be thinking, in what thought or what mindset I am that I'm asking you to relax? I am really asking you to relax, because till you don't relax, you are not going to be able to put that switch off and get yourself out of the crisis situation. Now, for example, if you're dealing with someone with addictions, if you are dealing with someone with terminal illness, or if you're dealing with someone who has a long-standing problem, mainly addictions, right? And addictions is not only alcohol and substance, it's a lot of things, and we are not getting into the intricacies right now. But you have been into a crisis situation maybe many times, maybe a lot more times than anyone can quantify. So even if it's not a situation of crisis, you have begun to react and make it look like crisis just out of habit. Now I will give you a very, very simple example that may be happening day to day in lives of families that have young children. Now, during the pandemic, the entire pattern had shifted to work from home, and there were husbands and wives and family members working from home, not having a workspace, not having a designated workspace, because nobody knew that this is going to be the situation. So in that, imagine the moment that you just want to get into meeting, you have done your setup, and there are kids who know that you have closed the door, and now they are running around the house, screaming, laughing, fighting with each other, dropping things in the kitchen, and you are fuming. There are 10 minutes to the meeting. You are already fuming. You're angry. You've anticipated that everything that you were supposed to present is not going to happen, and they are going to hear the background noises. And what do you do in reaction? You're sitting right at the table and screaming and screeching on top of your voice to get them to keep quiet. Is that going to happen? Isn't it a common situation in your household? You think those kids are going to listen to you when you're sitting in your chair and shouting from your room to them? The answer is no. They may temporarily keep quiet and again start in the next 2 minutes because they are kids. Now, do I say stop reacting, detach, let them shout? No. What do you need to do? Instead of screeching and hollering and shouting and going to a stage where you are uncomfortable even speaking, you have a meeting in 10 minutes. What you need to do, you need to get up from that place, go talk to them that this is what you require them to do, and they need to keep quiet for 30 minutes. And after that, you will deal with them and see what's required for them. So this is one of the instances, but even if you think that this is not parenting is done, it is done this way, and it comes with habit. And if you are a parent who is so used to reacting and screaming and screeching, it's not going to work. So even for that to change for you, you need to detach and relax. You cannot say, my children never listen to me. They will listen to you when you switch from reaction to response. They know that when the mom or dad is got up from the chair, they know that it's an important meeting for them and they need to cooperate and be silent for 30 minutes. And that is the kind of control that you want to have, not the kind of control where you're just shouting your lungs out and frustrated and tired and fatigued even before your meeting, and the meeting doesn't go well. How will it? Because you're not present. You have lost sense of being present. Because you are waiting, even if they're quiet temporarily, you're waiting when next they will start. And you are already in that, your entire body is hyperventilating because you are in that reaction. Reaction is not going to make you feel comfortable or at ease. When do we react? We react when we are afraid to lose control of the situation. We react when we think or anticipate what bad things might happen, what bad things has happened in the past may repeat, or what is happening is going to be worse. We react when we are afraid that people whom we love will leave us. We react when we want to hold on to them. We react when we want to control and change and make them our ideal partners and situation. We react when we feel that we are not good enough. We react for fighting for our self-worth. And we react, and we react, and we react. So if you are one of that person who is interested in putting a pause button and then putting a stop button to your reactions, it is the same simple technique. There is no, all hi-fi techniques, same simple techniques. Get some breathing exercises done. Sit on a chair, have a sip of water, okay? Practice the exercise that I did with you last time of how do you relax? Just let thoughts come and go. Calm down. If you need to change your environment and your home setting to make that a little more calmer and easier, which is going to help you and your family members do that. Do whatever it takes to create an environment that invites peace, that invites that gift of God that you have got to think, to feel, to behave, and not to react and waste it away. And remember, okay, you are not a paper that will be blown by every wind, not like a wisp of paper being blown in the thunderstorm and flying meaninglessly to land wherever the thunderstorm stops and it lands. You are a person, you have abilities, so it's best of your interest to respond to the abilities and not to react. And until I see you in the next video, I wish you a lot of relaxation and peace so that you may gather yourself and start co-creating your life with ease.
Help Talks are daily health-related talks held at Health Education Library for People, Mumbai, India. For more information visit www.healthlibrary.com. Subscribe to Help Talks channel. Be better informed about your health.